I do like Lifestealer versus Medusa, even though they decided to go for it for Parker, just because you can look for those super long fights. If you can isolate her,
It's really not going to hurt him that much. It's unfortunate that you no longer have that ward. They've been using it so heavily to try and get Lelis in for some courier snipes, but might still be able to do it even without the confirmed vision. You just got to have better timing.
nope, certainly could, but we already see Mu as well. Look at this.
What is
He's
this?
ready to steal. And as soon as Leo shows up, and actually Parker pulled that creep wave into the tower, kind of a overblocking mistake, but there he goes, and it gets scouted out early, so Mu is not going to get his free second wave. So unfortunate. Yeah, it certainly should, and with that, I think Mu also hoping, and he did get pretty lucky here. He will be able to get the mana burn creep.
Rada is hitting him up a little bit here. The decays did give him some nice strength, so a couple of swipes at the Doom do a little bit of damage, but it really shouldn't be too much. It shouldn't be enough to matter. That does matter, though. That is Frank getting picked off. He was operating on a really low amount of HP in that lane for a while, but doesn't quite show enough respect to Yamson there. He even had the Fairy Fire, but wasn't able to pop it in time. He gets taken down. First blood to Nouns. Meanwhile, Parker is farming on the just tiniest little sliver of HP here down bot, so Wars on the Infinity side really playing a dangerous game here in the first few minutes.
Because Mu now has the creep waves pushing into him, but has to still defend his waves. And with this stacked large camp that nobody really wants a part of, it's hard to contest.
And there's Gennett getting taken down on the top lane. Didn't quite catch more than really the last moment of it, but
Ends up with this Medusa having a really rough start. Very similar to the Chain Lightning spam, just maybe even more especially effective. And Prada, a death that he doesn't mind taking, but again, it's just so he can get some more mana and some more support, because Parker is still under a lot of pressure here. And he could go underneath the tower if he wanted to, but doesn't want to risk it. Actually gets a point up in the Infernal Blade, though. Something that we haven't seen too much. A lot of Doom's just focusing on the macro game, but he decides not to. Yamson, though, yeah, almost traded out for Frank, and does get traded out, but doesn't get any XP for the Beastmaster.
I guess his farm and his levels, and then the Solar Guardian plays come later, or how aggressive can he really be?
Oh, and a lot of damage. And yeah, gonna die for it with Leo showing up as well. Gonna maybe take one more remnant, one more slight, but they've got it. And yeah, he does not want the plays to come to him. He wants his opponents to rotate elsewhere, and then he finds a Solar Guardian, but
It's going to clear the wave before he goes over there and bottles that. But while this is going down, Gennett is going to try to force a bit of a fight. They've got the Solar Guardian, and Rage was on cooldown. Okay. The Leo style, this does mean he's now up top instead of mid, but he can quickly TP back there if he wants to. For now, though, well, only problem is Gunner, now
bottom.
realizing, yeah, my laning opponent was up top, which means I am free to do whatever I want in the bottom lane. Prada dead right away, and Parker, they can dive this. That mana shield only has 1 point in it, and he's already at a just incredibly low amount of both HP and mana, and he's dead.
Huh.
I think he was just trying to get a last hit before he died there, but not really a whole lot else for him to do in that area, other than just, I guess, maybe he could have tried to just hide under the tower, but decides against it.
Yeah, and Leos now does make the play top, does get at least something going, but I'm just surprised Parker didn't want to TP out. I guess didn't want to kick Frank out of his own lane, as it is kind of a grief for the Beastmaster, and yeah, this is what they do. They decide to make Medusa the new mid, just takes it over, we'll spam that out, but Mu gets a kill bottom, and Gunner's battling for the rune.
What did he actually get up here? He does have the ward, excuse me. Wow, forgot the word. So they do know this is happening, but Husky alone can't do much about it. Gunner, though, is way over. Can they really look for a fight, or is this just an attempt to be disruptive? Gunner, I don't really think he wants the full-on engagement just yet.
Yeah, I can't steal the stack exactly either, and I think really...
Nouns are trying to put a little bit of pressure on that tower, though. Pushing their way forward, hoping to shove the Dusa out of consecutive lanes. Would be pretty damn good, as Prada... he's in a little bit of trouble here. Spotted out. Don't think he's really going to throw the Tombstone down at this point. Well, hold on a second. Yeah, the Tombstone comes in, but the only person TPing over is Gennett, and
Hmm.
Is there a Solar Guardian? There is, but do they really want it? Oh, apparently they do. Husky's going to get picked up. The Solar Guardian really doesn't hit onto much, and oh, Lelis just stole it. He's going to pop one of his own, trying to help Gunnar out. The stun comes through, locking Leo Style down. Gunnar still doesn't have a lot of health. He's able to dodge out, though. Bushwhack does not connect. Gunnar finds the kill. Now he's looking for another. Okay, Lelis is the one to grab it, but the point still stands. It's Nouns taking the team fight, and
Brings all the attention away from Moo. Moo hasn't been laning versus anybody for the longest time. That fight's just kind of the cherry on top in his rotation. Just gets to farm extremely peacefully with this Midas and the rest of the lineup. Getting active, going on a really missed roar with the Yamsun. And sure, maybe the sharpshooter is going to land, but doesn't land on the Yamsun and then gets inside the Ember. This is pretty much the worst thing that could have happened for Nouns.
the Starbreaker missed. Now they're just kind of stuck here. There's the Searing Chains. Asgenic will fall, and Leo Style, again, finds himself without his backup, just like he did in the Southside Jungle, and just like what happened there, he will fall with no kill.
Yeah, really just awkward, honestly. And sure, attention brought away from the Medusa, but look at Gunnar. This is where he starts to be real annoying. He's just gonna plant his feet here, throw the remnants around, say that, hey, you guys don't got stuns. I'm just gonna do what I can, because I'm Ember in a pretty darn free Ember game. He's getting right-clicked a lot, and Genic, oh, is he just gonna...
Not so free after all, says Genic, and that is great positioning. Right? He recognizes, listen, if I go towards the Ember, he's just going to break my ankles and make me look kind of dumb, so...
Probably need the Hoodwink and the Beastmaster to sync up before we can actually get a play going, but then things are looking alright. And of course, bottom, Doom lands, Wellis trying to make it work, stole Celestial Hammer as well, but this is a long walk, barely connected.
Leostyle gets taken down. Prada falls in the top lane as Gunnar and Yamsun make their move, and they're going to look for another. They're on to Frank. Frank turns around, drops the roar. Parker is kind of coming in from the side, but he's getting distracted by Husky. So that means Frank really is on his own right now, but he's not going to die just yet. Pops the pig pole. Has to stay in between the heroes and the Remnant, though, because the damage could just be enough to kill him. He does a little bit of a dance. He's going to be okay for now. Meanwhile, Gunnar cuts the tree as he goes, so the Bushwhack won't hit him. Should be able to get away.
Yeah, it's funny stuff. Funny stuff. But they even connect all the way towards bottom, so their Doom, if need be, could be slightly involved, but still.
So they're just going to have to rely upon really the element of surprise here, but I'm not sure they realize just how many heroes are up. It's 4 right in their faces as Frank, well, he's going to get hit first. Can they take him down without any roar being deployed? He doesn't have roar for 5 more seconds, so that answers that question. Not able to get it out. Leo Style, though, did Solar Guardian in. It's stolen immediately by Lelis, but here comes Parker in with the Stone Gaze. They're going to be able to drop down Husky. Can they kill the Rubik as well? Yes, they can. So that stolen Solar Guardian will not come into play. Don't know if he's going to get too many chances to use that on opposing heroes, but if your Rubik were looking to maybe farm up an item, that's certainly going to be helpful, but he's got the lens already, T. That's, well, not all that he needs, obviously, but that's pretty solid progress at this rate, and yeah, maybe he doesn't want to take too much more away from the actual core heroes. They are, however, moving their way top. They pop the scan here as well, so they know that Frank is nearby, and they're going to make the jump in. Not even going to pop the roar. No one at that point. There's just too many heroes, and he wasn't making it out either way.
Yeah, no, just kind of goes out with a whimper. And that's also a full Crimson Guard finished up on the Doom. So we'll have to see if that's the answer here, but kind of your old counter versus the Medusa. Of course, a lot of her damage in the early to mid-game stage is literally split, so might as well get that just guaranteed damage block out from you. We are slowly but surely building up a lot of these items. Unfortunately for Infinity, the supporting cast is not really finding all that much farm, and Frank is continually pursued, so the Beastmaster isn't really building up as they make a slight play on the bottom, but look, it's time to go. They'd be lucky if they only lose Genic, and yeah, they are lucky. Looks like they are going to TP out on the Dawn.
Genic's actually getting out of here, too.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, they split the attention.
Very nice little play. He fakes out going south like he's going to go all the way through the tree line and then pops the Scurry to stay in it. Well, originally it kind of felt like the plan was to buy time just for Parker, but the rest of the lineup is taking advantage of the extra time afforded to them as well. Oh, Gunner is going to get caught. There's the roar. There's the Solar Guardian. All of that off the back of just that initial bushwhack from Genek. So he gets a little bit of revenge, and progress is coming along. We do see a move, though, towards that pit. Nouns are going to try to take this. They do not do it all that quickly, but with the armor reduction, there we go. That's going to speed it up a little bit more. And, well, is it enough time? They already get hit by the bushwhack. There's a sharpshooter coming in. It hits Yamsun as well, so he's got to be very careful. Goes for the infest play into his teammate. It's going to allow him to just heal back up. Nouns can reset, or maybe just try and go back in. They're looking to clean up the tombstone at the moment, and okay, they do take that down first, but does mean that they can't finish off Roshan just yet. So the two teams sort of back off. Parker, though, is pushing his way forward. At this point, he feels pretty confident, right? He's got Stone Gaze, he's got Manta. It would take a hell of a lot from Nouns to actually lock him up. Do they go back in? They're looking at it, but yeah, Hawk just watching him. They did throw a sentry down, and now the Sleight of Fist will connect, so Hawk gets cleaned up, but can they take Roshan time? Those are coming back over. Tombstone's back up. Prada's probably just going to throw that in first. Puts it on the outside of the pit, though, actually, so they can't take it down immediately. And they're going to try and make a move. A stolen Tombstone's going to be deployed, though, and Yamsun, he was able to get the Aegis, but they hit him with the Roar. They're going to take that life out right away. Gunner, though, look at him kind of angling around the back line, looking to jump in. They are getting the damage onto Frank as quickly as they can. The Medusa in some trouble now as well, as he was hit by the Doom. He's dishing out a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough. And now Leo Style, left alone in the pit, is not going to be able to survive. Nouns take the fight. They lose nothing but the Aegis itself.
I offer wisdom. You are in need of
Well,
much more.
we were talking about how the Dusa was going to be okay with being doomed, but not if you're then in the middle of all 5 heroes just completely focusing their damage in onto you.
Yeah, that's where need force staffs, need ways to move her around. It cannot end up just taking that much damage, otherwise you will die like that. And even though it is just the Aegis expended, that is pretty big. That will really move Nouns slightly further back. It makes the push a little bit less free. This, though, is pretty free. Genek just caught out middle of nowhere. Got scouted by creeps, which is kind of unfortunate. Mood didn't look like he wanted to go for him until the creeps made it that easy. But this is a window now where Roche is not an objective to worry about. This is pretty much free farm for Parker in time that they might be able to just sit and farm. Nice jump, though. Really quick and easy kill. That's the blink reveal for the Rubik as well. And Nouns are in that realm of luxury when it comes to their items. All of that mobility is now online for the supporting cast. There is a Rubik bomb right now.
So he might just try to, I guess, eat the whatever the Helm of the Overlord creep is. Just take it out immediately, but guess we'll see. In the meantime, down bot, Leo Style caught out. Taken down, no doom necessary. Lelis almost dies to the sharpshooter, but it's not enough damage, and then Genek gets caught. Gunner's able to bring him down, and tactical plan coming in there from the Nouns side, and maybe looking for a little bit of chip damage here too. That's a bit more than chip damage, actually. Half HP already before the backdoor protection kicks in. But there's going to be the Roar. They've locked down Gunner. Can they kill him in time? Not quite yet. Force Staff into Sleight of Fist. He is going to be able to jump back to the Remnant. That is a sizable problem. That's Roar down. That's Stone Gaze used. And they don't get anything for it.
Just trying to take over as much of that map as they can while Nouns are scrambling to run back out those lanes. As Leo Style, yeah,
What
just
are we to
caught
do with
trying to
this?
push in, just getting punished. Has his shard, so it's hard, but once he has this blink dagger, that split push play can maybe be a little bit more consistent. Till then, it is very difficult to be this Dawnbreaker.
Just not really getting any opportunities to do anything. Every time he tries to get out to farm, he is being punished pretty heavily, so I just don't quite understand. It could be one of the supports making that sacrifice in order to buy the time, but maybe if it's a support, Nouns don't really care enough to bring the resources for those kills. As Moo's gonna get hit by the bushwhack. Okay, the Roar's in, the Solar Guardian's there, and they've got the pick. What did he give up? It's Solar Guardian stolen again.
Yeah, no, Gunner's got a crazy play he can make with Lelis, but this is too good of a tombstone. They can't actually close the gap. This is where they should respect each other right now. But I was going to mention it. Moo, not going for a BKB. Really greedy with his build. The Shiva's guard, sure, he's got armor, but really, he can die at any moment. This,
Oh,
though,
Leo style.
might just be a free Leo style. He's got Stone Gaze, though, and they are going to go for it. Where's the Solar Guardian? That's 2 more remnants. He got Stone Gazed.
Gunner is gonna start jumping away. Lelis didn't really do too much with that Solar Guardian, and Gunner is still dead. That is remarkable. Just a miscommunication between the two. I mean, he's got damage, he's got stolen spells, so it's a risk, but it feels like one that might pay off. Speaking of risks, just straight into the pit. They're going to give it a go on the Infinity side. Gunner did drop down a Remnant, however, but it's just not going to be in time.
Oh boy, it's happening. It's being allowed. And now, all of the items in succession are getting built up. Leo Style is looking for a BKB. Arc is getting a Hurricane Pike. It's just too quick, just abusing the Undying, and then everybody's ready on Nouns. They were so prepared for that jump, and they're going to find a jump on Organic. Something they might even be able to continue onto the Undying, but an Aegis Medusa, that's not your target. Just feels like now it is mode ignore the Medusa, and that's what they're doing. They're even looking for Leo style top right now, and Leo, well, might just be caught already, so that's kind of unfortunate for him, but the rest of the lineup will take the rest of the map, and still unable to get onto any other objectives.
Yep. Again, it buys them more time, and well, the Medusa now has the Cold-Blooded, took the shard off of Roshan there, so if you are going to try and get onto the Medusa, it's got to be through AoE damage, otherwise you are going to lock yourself down for at least...
Yeah, it really couldn't be much worse, but, you know, that's why he's got the Octarine. He'll get it soon. He's about to be level 18 as well, so 3-second CD on the ultimate, and they are getting this tier 2 mid for free, even though it looks like they want the angle, and if they get it, he doesn't have rage, he just used it. Oh no.
Solar Guardian, Yamsa, not going to get hit, but the Sharpshooter actually hits him, so he's broken. Now the Starbreaker hits up onto him in Leo style. Oh, hold on a second, they didn't get the kill. He's able to infest to Gunner first. And Gunner is just going to make the great escape, somehow gets his teammate out, or does he? Leo style blinked forward, trying to get the last Starbreaker hit, not going to be able to connect. At this point, I don't think you want to chase much further. You're not going to be able to maintain cohesion with all 5 of your heroes if you push all the way across.
Yeah, and not with the tower getting denied, so now there's no reason for Parker to kind of kill himself there. Is he going in?
Whoa.
Yeah, you saw the Beast Smash from the low ground, and okay, saving the Doom for the second life. This is how Parker dies.
Where is the help? Where are his reinforcements? Leo style pushed into the river trying to catch Lelis, but that means he's not even remotely close to Parker, who gets doomed up, and I mean, he's dead. They can't kill him quickly, but with no one else coming over, it's only a matter of time. Oh boy. Infinity kind of feels like they forgot rule number 1 of a Medusa lineup, and that rule is you protect the Medusa.
Oh, and huge loss. Yamsun, he's clawing away at that mid-tier 2, but this is where the base is going to take a lot of damage, and the other law of Medusa is he's not going to play with buyback. He's playing for his items. He would have had a really nice butterfly timing, and the rest of the lineup's crumbling.
Leo Style's going to get picked off again. No buyback available, dead for 50. Meanwhile, Prada rooted up, dropped down. The Nouns have found their breakthrough. It took them a while here, longer than they might have liked, but you only really got to get the Medusa once or twice, and this kind of play opens up. That's a full lane of racks taken, and with no buybacks available, they can swing for a second, realistically pick that up. Megas maybe not quite in the cards because there is still a tier 2 up in that top lane, but they're going to get at least 2 unless Gunner just maybe gets a little preoccupied going for kills, but that doesn't take long. Again, it gets taken down, and they're back onto the objective.
Yeah, they just need to stay in the fountain, and that's where Frank, well, he learned his lesson, but still an expensive lesson. And you're getting those luxury items. I think there's an almost Ags coming out for the Doom now. Yamsun has a Dasher. He's got the completed Scotty. And it is time to run. And yeah, not going to stick around for that range Rax, knowing that, okay, it might be time to go. But it's where they're only getting super creeps really right now. They have to wait for their opponents to push in top, and even once that happens, you still might just lose. It's very scary position to be in. Ark is getting a BKB as well, and he'll have to TP back sooner than later here. And Gunnar can still play just as aggressively as he wants on the rest of the lineup, and yep, not set up in the base. That's a very, very dead Beastmaster. And now 50 seconds without him, 4v5 to defend your final racks, no BKB. Where's the lineup? Nobody's in the base right now. Parker will finally show up, but this is not good.
He's disarmed immediately by the halberd, so pressure continues to be put onto the racks. He is going to go for the ult now. That will push Nouns back, at least for the time being. That buys Leostyle time to blink in, but there's going to be the jump. They're trying to get onto the Medusa. They hit him up with the Doom. There's going to be the Solar Guardian, though, but it immediately leads to Leostyle's death, and he doesn't have buyback available. And that might just do it. Prada's going to buy back, but even if the Medusa could somehow be healed right now, you don't have the damage to actually kill anyone, and that really should be the end of it. That is 4 dead. 5 dead now, as Prada dies, buys back, and dies again, and there's your GG. Nouns, well, hit a speed bump at the start of this series, ET, but they... Ooh, that's not cool, man.
I pity your
They managed to come
meager
back with back-to-back
perspective.
wins. Leostyle a little bit salty on the back end of it, and Nouns take it.
No, hard-fought victory, and hey, Prada released them from the game, you know? Got to kill Gunnar, even trade, if I say so myself. You know, scuffed the stats a bit, but, you know, a very clean game from them in Game 3 here.